Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 2-0 loss against Union Gillois in the Champions League qualifier round 3 leg 1 tonight. Really an abysmal performance, there's no getting away from it. That was bordering on an absolute disgrace from the team. There was nothing in that team tonight that looked as if they wanted to be there. I know some fans certainly can be accused of, because we've never heard of the team before, that they must be a walkover. I don't think the fans really thought that tonight, but certainly the players looked as if they thought that tonight, because they just thought they could turn up by the look of it. There was no urgency, there was no impetus. It was like looking at so many performances we've seen over the last wee while. I don't mind getting beat in Europe by a really good team. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're a bad team at all. They are very well organised. They've clearly got something in them. They've finished second in the Belgian league last year, but I don't think they're anything special. Certainly nothing against what we've come up against in the last few years. Now, the achievements of last season, we need to park them. That's a different story. But what we've proven last year is the team have got it in them. Yes, we've had a few changes, but we have got a good team. And when they turn out performances like tonight, then it's beyond anger inducing, because we know how good they can be. But we made 4 changes from the Livingston game. Souttar, Lawrence, Kent and Wright out. Obviously Souttar and Kent didn't travel because they picked up a slight knock. Sands, Jack, Tillman and Matondo started. So in the team we had McLaughlin, Tavernier, Goldson, Sands, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Kamara, Tillman, Matondo and Kolak. On the subs bench we have McGregor, McCrory, Ridvan, Davies, King, Devine, Davis, Lawrence, Arfield, Wright and Sakala. So obviously answered one question straight away, that McLaughlin looks as if he's going to be the starting keeper this season, which, you know, based on his performance tonight, you can understand why, because he's the one that really kept us in the tie, even if you can say that, because we've obviously got that proverbial mountain to climb now, haven't we? But overall, in the first half, it was disappointing, summed up by one of my mates saying that they're just a Belgian Livingston. I think he was maybe being a wee bit harsh on Union, because they did show some good skill on occasion. However, for the first 25 minutes, they sat back, they put every man behind the ball, they allowed us to have possession. We had 3 decent shots on goal in that time. However, we only made the keeper make one really good save in that one. Like the Livingston game, I thought we were rather passive. We lacked pace, we lacked that bit of spark to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. We were, however, the only one team in it at that point, and on the 7th minute we had our best chance with a free kick from Barisic on the corner of the box on the right hand side. It was going into the top bin and the keeper made an outstanding save there. We had 2 other shots, one on the 8th with Sands and one on the 11th with Tillman, that made the keeper make a save, but both were comfortable enough. From there, Union had a couple of crosses on the deck, first one from the right and then on the left. They were dangerous because we came flashing across, and then from really about the 24th minute, they upped their game and shown that they are actually quite a decent team, and they actually started to take control of the game at that point, and lo and behold, they scored the goal on the 27th minute. It was a ball down the right, played to the player inside the box, who takes it to the touchline, cuts it back, passes out, gets the break of the ball of the attacker on the edge of the box, who hits a shot, took a slight deflection and under McLaughlin's arms. They had definitely upped their game in the last 5 minutes to that point. Maybe slightly fortunate with a couple of wee deflections, breaks of the ball, but we really should have defended that a lot better. Again, we were really pretty passive after that for the rest of the half. Tillman was looking lively, but it needed the team to wake up a lot more and do it really much like the Livingston game. We needed them to come out on fire in the second half. No changes into the second half, but it really was an abysmal performance in the second half. We needed blood and thunder, and we got absolutely nothing from the team. Union again sat back for the first 20 minutes. They allowed us to have the ball, but we were so lethargic, unwilling to do anything, and Union were the ones who had the chances, with a header just over the bar on the 57th minute, then a shot 2 minutes later forcing McLaughlin into another save. 67th minute, we were crying out for changes. We finally got the changes. Barisic and Jack off, Ridvan and Davies on. Really a straight replacement for Barisic, wasn't having the best of games. Lundstrom went into midfield slightly, and Davies fills in for Lundstrom in the spot of defence. Really, the only decent bit of play in the second half from us came on the 69th minute, where we went down the right. Tavernier cuts it back to Kamara, who feeds a great ball to the right of the box to Colak, who hits a dangerous cross ball, but no takers and knocked out for the corner. As I said, best and really only chance of the second half, and that's abysmal considering we're chasing a goal, we're in Europe, and it's the 69th minute. On the 71st minute, we were saved a number of times because McLaughlin stood up well at his near post to block a shot. We couldn't clear the ball. Union players were lining up. Another shot from the edge of the box, forcing McLaughlin to make another great save. We still couldn't clear it. Players were lining up to take another shot. We eventually done enough and we managed to clear the ball. However, there was a very lengthy VAR check because in the build-up to that piece of play there was an alleged handball. The referee went to the screen, which was always a bad sign, and he gave a penalty. And unbelievably, I don't think anybody can understand why he's given this, because a shot was taken right outside the box. Davies turned his body, hit off his hip, spun right into the hand of Goldson, and that's what the handball was given for. Unbelievable. Goldson was given a yellow card. I don't know if it was because he was remonstrating with the referee or the fact that he was given it for the handball, but either way, that was an absolute abysmal decision, and once again it's proven that VAR is only useful if you've got competent referees, and tonight the referee was absolutely abysmal in that respect. And there was certainly several decisions tonight where he was stopping the game for non-head knocks when either team had possession. Bizarre refereeing, but we have to get on with it, and they scored the penalty right down the middle. The keeper dived the wrong way and it was 2-0. Made a double change after that. Matondo and Tillman off, Wright and Lawrence on. 80th minute, Goldson gives the ball away in the halfway line. A quick break, 1v1 with Union, a shot in the box and saved by the foot of McLaughlin and out for the corner. So that should have been 3-0 right there. And then on the 94th minute, the last piece of play, Union had a corner from the right, not goal bound and cleared off the line by Tavernier. The game should have been 4-0. We should have been done and dusted by now. It's an absolute joke that we're like this. As I said, last year's achievements mean nothing. We're into a new season now. We need to forget about them. The players need to wake up, because that's now 2 games where they've really not played at all. Certainly the second half of Livingston we showed a wee bit, but that's no great considering how bad we were in the first half. This whole game, bar 3 shots, were abysmal. Not good enough at all. I know we're stepping up a level here, but I don't think Union are any better than what we've played before. One thing I've got to say is we've done this several times last year and it worked out perfectly. Is that the away leg was the first leg, and we tended to sit back a wee bit, keep the game tight. Even if it was a 1-0 defeat, we managed to keep the game tight enough that we went back to Ibrox and the crowd largely got us over the line. I really hope we weren't setting up like that tonight, because that's what it looked like to me. I really hope that's not the case, because that's just playing with fire, and as we've seen tonight, that's not good enough at all, certainly not at this level. Anyway, we need to pick ourselves back up again, because we have another important game, Saturday the 6th of August, that's at home to Kilmarnock in the Premiership. That's a 3pm kickoff, so I'll be back with a post-match after that. Dave and I will be recording tomorrow night our main podcast. As I said, we're trying to get the main podcast out more regularly this time, so we'll obviously go over the Livingston game and tonight's abysmal game. So, thanks for listening and good night.